In the West and in Russia, one often hears stories about the alleged carelessness of the Russians. But the US has the largest number of incidents with nuclear weapons, many times almost destroying itself without any help from the Soviet Union. 7. How Kulka pressed the wrong button. On March 11, 1958, a Boeing B-47 with a Mark VI nuclear bomb on board was flying from the US base in Savannah to England. Soon a warning light lit up in the cockpit, indicating a malfunction in the projectile discharge mechanism retainer. The captain sent a navigator named Bruce Kulka to check it. After a long, fruitless search for the retainer, Kulka climbed on the emergency bomb drop device and accidentally pressed something. The 3-ton bomb breached the plane's hatch and landed on the apartment building of one Walter Gregg from a height of 4,500 meters. Fortunately, only a conventional explosive charge exploded when the shell hit the ground, and the 9 people suffered only minor injuries. Gregg sued the U.S. Air Force for $54,000, $500,000 in today's dollars, and was paid. Kulka apologized to him and was able to avoid serious punishment. 6. The airplane that fell apart. On January 23, 1961, an American B-52 bomber carrying 2 W-39 thermonuclear bombs was flying as part of Operation Coverall. Around midnight, a right-wing fuel leak was detected. The bomber rushed to base, but soon began to collapse in midair. At an altitude of 3,300 m, the pilots lost control and ejected, and the B-52 collapsed to the ground. The bombs separated from the collapsing structure at about 3,610 meters. One of them opened its parachute and landed almost unscathed, while the other one fell into a swamp. In the 1990s, a report was declassified which claimed that in addition to the parachute system triggering the first bomb, 3 of the 4 safety devices had also tripped, putting the bomb on alert. America was on the verge of a disaster of monstrous proportions. Each of the 2 bombs was 260 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. If the device had detonated, millions of U.S. citizens would have been at risk. Several major East Coast cities, such as Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Philadelphia, could have been hit. It was only thanks to the last of the bomb's 4 safety mechanisms, the low-voltage switch, that disaster was avoided, the document said. 5. A gift for Taiwan. In 2006, the U.S. mistakenly sent missile nose fairings with secret nuclear warhead fuses embedded in them to Taiwan along with a shipment of helicopter batteries. Taiwan was able to scrutinize them. The U.S. only noticed the mistake a year and a half later, when customers complained about the undelivered batteries. Taiwan claimed to have reported the accident immediately, but due to communication problems in Washington, they never found out. The fuses were soon returned to the Americans. 4. Crash in the ice. In January 1968, a B-52 with 4 B-28 Fi hydrogen bombs on board was flying over a bay in Greenland. Due to a malfunction, hot air from the engine began to enter the cabin heating system without cooling, and soon the foam cushions folded under the seat caught fire. Using all the fire extinguishers that were on board, the 6 crew members ejected. The unguided bomber flew north for a while, then turned 180 degrees and crashed onto the ice of North Star Bay. If at least one of the thermonuclear bombs had exploded, Greenland would have become an uninhabited island overnight, but luckily all 4 bombs only detonated the explosive in their fuses. 2 of the bombs burned completely and 2 went under the ice. In addition, there was a leakage of radiation. Operation Crested Ice was organized urgently by the USA, with the aim of decontaminating the area and searching for the bombs. One of them was found, and the other is resting somewhere off the coast of Greenland to this day. It is noteworthy that Greenland is governed by Denmark, which declared itself a nuclear-free zone back in 1957. The very fact that U.S. strategic bombers were flying in the skies over the European country led to an international scandal. 3. Nuclear disappearance. On March 10, 1956, a B-47 with nuclear weapons on board was flying from Florida to a base in Morocco. The bomber was last seen while refueling in the air, after which it did not make contact. A search for the plane was conducted with France and Morocco, but to no avail. In the final report, the military could only surmise that the nuclear bombs were somewhere along the Algerian coastline. 2 missiles got mixed up. However, accidents with nuclear warheads in the United States occurred not only in the 1960s. On the evening of August 30, 2007, a panic broke out at the Minot base in North Dakota. 6 missiles with thermonuclear warheads went missing. It turned out that U.S. Air Force personnel accidentally confused the missiles with training and real warheads and installed them on a B-52 bomber. Their commander inspected the missiles on the right wing, but did not inspect the left wing, where the ill-fated warheads were located. After that, the plane flew across the country to Barksdale, Louisiana, and stood on the apron at the air base unprotected for about 9 hours upon arrival. A few hours later, one of the officers noticed that the rockets on the right and left wings of the plane were different. Only after that the mistake was revealed and reported to the command. Initially, the military did not want to make it public, but the information leaked to the press and caused a wave of public outrage. As a result, dozens of officers and enlisted men were fired and disciplined. 1. Missing bomb. 1.6 megatons. The most famous case of negligent handling of nuclear munitions occurred in the United States on February 5, 1958. At that time, a B-47 bomber collided with an F-86 fighter jet over Tybee Island in the U.S. state of Georgia, 25 kilometers southeast of Savannah. The fighter was lost and the bomber was severely damaged, and the crew had to crash drop a Mark 15 hydrogen bomb in the bomb bay into the ocean. A search, which continued until mid-1958, yielded nothing. It is believed that the bomb still lies somewhere off the coast under a 5-meter layer of soil. The bomb did not explode, but it still contained a huge amount of uranium. The Pentagon immediately sent a fleet to search for the bomb, but it was never found. In 2004, a retired pilot named Derek Duke discovered high levels of radiation off the coast of Savannah. The government investigated, but they believed it wasn't really a bomb, but radiation coming from minerals in the area. Subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. Give it a thumbs up. Write in the comments about what else interesting you can tell about this video. See you in the new video.